Hey, TJ, how are you?
Doing all right.
That sounded enthusiastic. Cheers. And what are you drinking?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay. I was just saying this is a red. I forget. I think it's a Malbec from a Chilean Malbec, and I
Oh,
just add some seltzer water to it to stretch it out.
Trader Joe's. As much as I think Cappy used to give them crap, they have great selection of South American wines. I think,
Do they?
and at, yes, and at very cheap prices because I think they have exclusive like deal. I don't know what the business term would be, but you can get like a really good bottle of Argentine wine for like $9, and the same with Chile, and then I think those are the two main South American countries. But I've had their wine; it's very good, but like it's
Mm-hmm.
very affordable. But
Oh yeah.
it's exclusively Trader Joe's. So yeah,
They must. What they do call white labeling.
I think it's probably like they have an exclusive or something where they just it cuts out all the nonsense so they can charge a very
No
little.
frills. No
Yeah,
frills.
I used to live near a Trader Joe's. Man, I could get like like a whole bag of wine for like $40, and it was very good. Like, stuff from like Sicily, parts of Italy. All this really great stuff, and it was like for whole bunch of bottles for like $40. So
Oh, that's pretty
um,
good.
there's no Trader Joe's anywhere near where I live now, and any
Mm.
bottle of wine is going to be any decent bottle of wine is going to be at least $10, even
Shut
if
up.
it's not that great. But like these were good wines. Like they were not low quality, um, stuff. It was good. I kind of miss that living in the city where I
Mm.
used to live.
We have. There's one near me. Probably about maybe 10 minutes, but they don't have a liquor license, or they
Ah,
don't they don't have enough room to sell. Every 3 or 4 years, they decide to like rearrange everything in the store, trying
yeah,
to. I'm
yeah,
like, well, you're not. You only have so much square footage. Rearranging shit is not going to give you more space. It's just not going to happen. You need a new location. So
yeah,
that's what happens there.
yeah. Yeah, I never liked that at like grocery stores where they would rearrange stuff. I'm like, guys, like one of the things that you have an advantage of is like you can go to any of these grocery store chains and you know where everything is.
Yeah, exactly.
So stop
It's
like
helpful.
changing. Yeah, yeah. So it was, you know, I don't work there anymore, so I don't have to deal with it.
What grocery stores do you have out where you are?
Well, I mean, I worked at a QFC back in the day, and then they got absorbed by Kroger, and then they made a whole
I've
bunch of
heard
shit.
of Kroger. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mainly I deal with Fred Meyer, which is also part of QFC. Kroger, Kroger
Did you say
bought them out.
QFC?
Yeah, QFC, Quality Food
QFC.
Center.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, it's a local. It's for the Pacific. It's Washington State only. You
Hmm.
won't see a QFC anywhere else. Um, their whole shtick was, and I think we were very serious about it. Was customer service. It was
Okay.
like you were on your game with any customer you served. Like you made it like they felt like they were royalty, right? That was because we charge higher prices than other grocery stores. So they said our competitive advantage is going to be we treat people like they're the best thing in the world, and
Hmm.
they're like we're gonna like serve them hand and foot, wait on them hand and foot until they leave the store. So
Hmm.
but then there was Albertsons. I don't know what happened with them. And then there's Safeway, um, there's a Safeway near where I live, and then there's a Fred Meyer. So, yeah, but the problem is Fred Meyer is like kind of like a working class man's Costco. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can talk about this stuff all day, like just like the dynamics of all these different grocery store chains and how they view their clientele and all that kind of stuff. Like Costco operates like a warehouse. Um, QFC tried to make it very personable, like it was a personal experience, which was great. Like when I used to live near one, when I was working there, I would go there to the wine section, and the lady who worked the wine section kind of acted like a mom for everybody because she was a little bit older and was like, hun, what can I get you for like a wine? And she would remember everybody who came there. So it was kind of nice, like, but yeah. That's the one thing I hate about the whole, we're gonna just automate everything. It's like, yeah,
that's not.
It's like going to a restaurant and if I want automated, I'll go to like fast food. I haven't been to a fast food restaurant in years. I just don't go there. But part of it is like the interaction with the social, kind of like with the Blockbuster whole thing. I remember you sent that tweet out the other day, and I was thinking, man, like, I'm not saying like the video rental thing or the DVD rental thing or anything.
It has nothing to do with that, actually.
Right. So it's kind of like the gas stations. I use the gas station model for like Blockbuster. Nobody goes to a gas station to get the stuff that makes the money for the gas station to remain profitable. Like, they don't make money off the gas, but they make money off the fact that people have to go there for the gas. You have to stop there, and while you're there, you might as well buy this stuff that's overpriced, but you're not going to go anywhere else, right? So that's kind of thing with Blockbusters. Like, you got to sell them something else you got to get something else that they need while they're there, and then you sell them the video rental stuff. Maybe.
Well, you're selling connection.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, really.
Yeah, and I don't have a model picked out. If somebody were to hire me and pay me money and ask me like, hey, TJ, what do you think we should do? I'm like, look, I don't know this specific solution to your problem. I can just tell you, you're not going to make money off video rentals. Blockbuster was making a lot of money off their late fees. Don't do that. But at the same time, you got to get well, that, and also I'd say the kind of people that you start your business with. Like what do you want to be associated with? It was like, I remember I was reading a history of like the diamond connection to marriage. Like, they successfully made it so that most men have to buy a diamond ring for their girl if they're going to get married, right?
Yeah.
You have to buy a diamond ring. They successfully sold that. So like, you got to sell them on, right?
Do me a favor, put your headphones in, because when I hear myself over your speakers.
What?
Something must maybe up with your microphone.
It has echo cancellation.
Well, the test. All right, that's better. I was hearing myself over your.
Well, maybe you're schizophrenic.
That has nothing to do with anything.
He doesn't deny it, guys. He didn't deny it.
I'm on therapy and having medication. So test. Test.
Test. Yeah.
All right, that's better. Nice big black thing you've got there, TJ. Fantastic. What kind of is that? That's USB, right? Or is it XLR to USB?
It's a mic I got for my my job. My regular mic is right here.
Yeah, it's a bigger black thing.
No, it's blue.
Oh, it's blue. Okay. Oh, okay. It's steel blue. Nice.
So this is my new leather jacket.
I was about to ask you when you first came on, then I got distracted. It looks different, so it's new. All right, where'd you get that at?
I got it on this site called Temu, Temu, and I got it for $30.
It sounds Chinese.
I don't know what it is, but this is a good quality jacket. Because all the pockets open up to actual pockets, right?
There's no way that's real leather being $30.
Well, it probably is not. Well,
it's probably leather.
Well, it goes great with the motorcycle.
If you get into an accident on that motorcycle, that's going to be it's going to be pretty much ripped off your body.
I wear protective gear underneath, so we all know.
All right, you got some pants, didn't you?
Yeah, I got pants, which I've already had to stitch up. Here's the thing: if you're going to buy cheap, just expect to have to mend it yourself, which I've done. I unfortunately, but it's easy if you know how to sew. It's easy. It's not a huge deal.
No, that's cool.
So, yeah,
it's a good thing for every dude to
well.
have.
I like it.
Nice. Now, were you searching for something of that color? It's like a caramel color.
Well, I got the seat for the motorcycle,
Hmm.
and then I decided I want a jacket that fits that, so I got this one. And so the nice thing about the seat is like it's an actual seat, so I don't slide around in it.
Yeah.
And also, if it gets hot, my old seat, for people who don't know, was a black seat, so it's going to heat up. It's just going to take all that heat, whereas the brown leather is not going to absorb it. So the nice thing also is it's a little bit big, which is nice because I got the extra gear, but also the sleeves are a little big, so all the air, the wind, like the breeze, keeps me cool in like 80, 75 degree weather. So
Yeah.
I don't want it to be super tight, but yeah, works well.
Cool. Very cool. And I should probably look into getting a new jacket myself, a lighter one.
Yeah, it's
lighter
very
brown. I have a lighter black one for this kind of weather. We're still in the 80s right here in Jersey, which we've finally this year have a spring. It's amazing. Yeah. But I probably should. Cost as it looks 1979.
For who? Me or Vince?
I don't know. Probably the leather jacket itself.
Yeah. Evil Knievel.
Oh yeah. Do you have a photo of your bike you could share?
I don't have one on my computer, but I mean I have one on my phone, but like Honda Rebel 2020 300 with a brown leather seat. If you can look that up, it's probably going to be out there on the internet.
How many cc's?
Yeah.
How many cc's? What's the size of the engine?
300.
300. Okay. It's a good starter bike.
Yeah.
Not bad. It works.
I mean, it goes fine. And also it was brand new, so I'm not going to have to do any maintenance on it for anytime soon.
That's good. How often do you get oil changes on yours?
I was changing the oil way too frequently. I was doing it every 600 miles. You're supposed to do it every like 8,000.
Yeah, between 5 and 8,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is I clean the chain all the time. Just keep it lubricated and
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing I do.
About that.
Yeah. It minor fix, minor problem.
Okay. Yeah, mine's a Kawasaki. It's belt driven.
Yeah.
When I was looking at the older mid 90s Vulcans, they were shaft driven, which is a little more. I think it's a little more solid, but
yeah,
to worry about the belt or the chain breaking.
Yeah.
So what's new with you? How's the training of Willow going?
It's funny how like some areas she's very well trained, and other areas is like it's kind of hopeless for the next while. She's potty trained. She's very good. She knows without even having to like train her. She just goes outside. She never does it inside. Never have to worry about that.
That's good.
The downside is she is not like getting into the car, and on top of that, she doesn't like going for a walk. Yeah, so it's like, I'm like,
wait, a dog that doesn't like going for a walk?
Well, not walking. She wants to walk where she wants to walk, not where you want to walk.
Where does that mean? Like everywhere else, but
it's like she just fights me, and so just walking across the street to like a local place, she does not want to move. So it's we're working on it, but it's funny how like she knows how to sit, she knows how to lay down, she does all that stuff, and she's
like if you say sit, she'll sit.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
She'll lay down. It's very context sensitive. So at some places she's very much like, stay away from me. But when we get home, she's like on my face.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, but it's kind of like me where there's areas where I'm not going to be as expressionistic or open as I'm going to be in another place, you know? Like I feel like she's very much willing to be affectionate at home, but not at some place where she doesn't know the people. Where she, you know, when we get home, she's like, you know, basically like clawing all over me. But I mean, it's not bad. Like she's not like leaving crap all over the house. You know, she knows to go outside and you know, do her business or whatever, and she doesn't cause problems other than barking at the birds right on my fence line next to my neighbor's house at 6 o'clock in the morning. But other than that, I mean, we're working on it. I got it's funny. I bought her this little like um, uh, puzzle thing for dogs that's supposed to be hours of fun.
A puzzle thing.
Yeah, and she picks it up and just because it has treats inside of it, so they're supposed to figure out all this stuff. She just picks it up and just dumps it over and then starts chewing the parts. Like
that's funny.
And this was not hours of fun. This was like 20, 30 seconds of fun before she started chewing everything apart. So and then she the place where she sleeps, she started chewing into electrical wire. And she was lucky because the electrical wire was disconnected when my uncle and I were working on my house. We disconnected all the old wires. So she's chewing into this like century-old wire that's dead. And I'm like, next to it is this 220 wire that's live for the dryer.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I'm like covering, trying to make sure she's not. Because I don't want to wake up at like 1 a.m. in the morning to like seeing this bright light, going outside and seeing this fried dog.
Yeah, burning dog hair doesn't smell good.
No.
You fry your dog. Now, how's the house coming along?
Good. I've been doing the subflooring. I'm going to be done by tomorrow with the flooring. So,
nice.
Yeah.
When is the project slated to be completed in its entirety?
You know, my uncle and I were having a very good conversation about that. We were thinking, what defines a completed project? Like, when is it fully done? Is it when the trimming and the molding is done?
When you can pretend you're a renter coming into the space and going, this space is awesome. I want to rent from you because it looks good and everything is here.
Yeah.
So that would for the context that we're talking about, that would be done.
Yeah. When it's livable, when you can live down there, when I am willing to live down there, it's done. So we put the new separate natural gas line in there so that we can put the new furnace down there and have separate heating. Then there's going to be the flooring, but then we got to put the bathroom in, the kitchen stuff, and then we got to put the wall frames for the bedrooms. But that stuff is a lot of the stuff is stuff I can do on my own. So. Me putting the subflooring down by myself and then putting the wall frames in for stuff, that's going to expedite the project a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got this done by the end of the year. It'd be great to have it done by the end of the year. So okay. We'll see. I mean, we're always accounting for stuff that's going to come up, but a lot of the hard stuff we've done now. Like the electrical wiring, rewiring the house took like a whole week. So we don't have to do that anymore. A lot of the stuff, having to undo stuff is different from having to do stuff that's
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I was chatting with a buddy. I said, when the house is done, I can either rent it or I can sell it and then, go to some other part of the country where housing is cheap. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to move to Kansas City, but damn, their house prices you can buy a house that's worth 1.4 million over here for 210,000 over there.
Really?
Yeah. The housing price, I don't know what's driving it, but, my whole thought is go to some place where the housing is cheap and it's a healthy, political and cultural situation. Buy a house there. Be mortgage free by 40.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And a house of the same size. So when my house is done, it's going to be like 2,200 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, you know.
So you want to, the idea is for you, if you keep it, was for you to live in the basement lower section
Yeah.
and to rent out the upper. Okay.
Yeah. So because the basement stays warm in the wintertime, actually. Like I remember one time it got down to 13 degrees and I went down to the basement. It was like 45 degrees with no heating. So with a furnace, it's gonna, stay pretty warm. But during the summertime, it'll be 90 degrees outside. It's gonna be probably 50 down in the basement.
Yeah.
So
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Very cool. So if you decide to sell it, are you going to stay in the area? Are you going to do one of your I know one of your plan Bs was to move out of state. Is that something that's still you're considering, or?
Yeah, I'm looking at New Hampshire.
Okay.
Because I was looking at the housing. The housing there is still pretty affordable. But it's really going to depend on like just by the time I'm done, I have to account for interest rates and how much is it going to cost to move to where I want to go.
Well, you could keep your place and rent out. So you'd have two renters upstairs and downstairs.
Right.
And then rent in New Hampshire until you decide what you want to do.
That's true. I could do that.
That'd be
really
a cool idea.
Yeah, it really depends on this is why I'm just weighing my options because I could have my house, I could look for a house over there and say, hey, I want to buy it, but it's on contingency that I sell my house, which is what I did with my old house.
That's true, yeah.
So,
well, if you're up for another New Hampshire trip, let me know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sold on somewhere near Manchester. I just want to live near a city. So.
Oh yeah, well that makes sense.
Yeah. So, we'll see. Things could change. I mean, property values could change. The interest rates could change. But the other thing is just, I don't know if people are following my state. My state's just, it's beautiful, but it's just going, in a bad direction. That's kind of.
Hey, Nico, eat a dick. I'm messing with you. What's up? Stop saying it's not friends. It's friends. God damn it! Stop writing that way. You goddamn retards. Good to see you. I see you on Twitter a lot. I haven't seen you on our chats in a while. Do you stop? I forget. Do you stop by on our D&D games? I don't remember.
Me?
No, Nico. I was wondering.
Clarification.
Yeah. I don't recall. Are you really that small?
Not as small as Aaron.
Everyone is taller than Aaron, even me. Well, you don't have to have time for D&D playing specifically yourself, but if you have time to watch a podcast, you have time to drop by and watch one of our D&D broadcasts, which we do twice a month. Although TJ used to play and does not now. He bailed on us because he has prior commitment. He has something to do on Wednesday. He may return. We'll see. That's the best thing to do. To be honest, I don't go back and watch our episodes even when we have guests on. I was there, so I don't need to. But I will say, I throw on our D&D games, and I have them in the background while I'm doing something, puttering around the house, cleaning, even doing some writing, or just relaxing, just on some background noise if I'm not into silence for that day. So they're good to have. Both Drew's and Rollo's games. Drew Bay DMs one game, one campaign of his own making, and then Rollo DMs another one, which is a an old school module from the 80s. So they're fun. I enjoy them. It's the longest I've ever been a player, I have to say. I started off playing Dungeons and Dragons in 1982, 83, and I was always the dungeon master. In the late 80s, early 90s, when I attended some game conventions, I was a player, but that was for one-shots. But this is the longest I've actually played as a player, and I'm enjoying it. No, that's fine. Everyone has a audio preference, as it were. Some people have a voice that's just annoying. In fact, it's funny you say that. That's one of the first things I look for in women when I hear their voice. It's very important in a variety of reasons. But Drew is following a pre-made module, like I said, back from the 80s, and he's put his own spin on it. Drew has his own campaign, which he started from scratch. So it's two different things, but they're good.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
All right.
Oh, never mind. It's right
Did
here.
you hear? Oh, the wine. I thought you were referring to the dog.
Nope, Willow's outside.
Oh, okay. Taking a shit.
No, just hanging out.
Okay. Now, do you have a dog run for her, or do you have her on a leash, or a fenced yard?
I have a fenced yard. You can't put her on a leash.
No? Hence the dog training.
Yeah. I mean, she does her own running around. Like, she has a little track that she runs on chasing after the birds. The Boyds.
The Boyds?
The Boyds.
That's right. You're saying she wakes up the neighbors at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, that's the part that drives me nuts. Like, I want to feed her and let her out. And like, no, you can't be yelling. You can't be barking next to my neighbor's house at like 5:30 in the morning. And no, I'm not going to go run out and play tug of war at 5:30 in the morning. I still got to go to bed. I got to get some sleep. But
Jesus.
And I'm thinking like, man, like this is what's going to be like with kids where they're like, hey, Daddy, you want to play? I'm like, no, I don't. Not right now.
That's funny.
I feel like this dog is kind of prepping me for what I should do.
I'm going to answer that question for you, Nico. You have to go back. All right, so TJ is a member of Masculine Geek. So that's why he's on this channel. And he's a founding member, along with me and Rob says, of Masculine Geek. But go back to January of 2019 when we had our first episode. I think it was either the 6th or the 11th of January. It was early in January. Yeah. But TJ is an original member, as is Rob says. So every once in a while, you'll see him come on. That's why when we do Masculine Geek, Village by the Seas, and other locations, you're going to see Rob and TJ and I hanging out. So.
I probably have been on Red Evening once. I possibly in 5 years. I don't think I have, but possibly.
I've been on Red Evening maybe 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good show. Verb. Yep. That's what Aaron Clary calls them. Verb. That voicemail he left me and I sent you guys. I still have that saved. I
need it.
I need to download that. It's fucking hysterical. I almost crashed my car when I heard that. It's like, why is this asshole calling me at 5 o'clock in the evening? So
yeah. Yeah.
Have you heard from him lately?
Who?
Clary.
I mean, I do Twitter DMs where I send him stuff of mine, or he sends me stuff, but not. We don't chat on the phone or anything.
Oh, okay. You're welcome, Nico. Yeah, go back on our channel and just go back to January of 2019. And Aaron was on the first one as well.
Yeah, he was originally part of it, but just had his own thing going. He was also trying to
Yeah.
do Older Brother podcast at the time.
Oh, I remember I was on that a few times.
Yeah, we were. There was a whole crew, and then he kind of went a different direction.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Fucking John Steele.
I'm thinking more of just, you can only have so many chefs in the kitchen.
Well, that's it. It's not. These things are not a democracy.
Yeah, you can't have too many film directors in the same movie. It's like when John Wayne was making The Alamo he was the actor, producer, and director, and then John Ford shows up and is like, I'm gonna direct this movie. He's like, let's go.
Yeah, no, you're not, jackass.
We're gonna send you off to do a bunch of random footage that's not gonna be in the film, just to not have to deal with you.
Yeah, those were the days. What the fuck? Fucking cat.
Willow's outside, so we don't think about her.
This fucking cat is pissing and shitting all over the floor. Hopefully he's not sick. He's been acting weird lately. Poor Mowgli. Fat bastard. Yeah, there he is. You alright?
Me?
Yeah, Mowgli. He's just like laying down, staring straight ahead. Yeah, he's a good cat. I've had him for 7 years. Well, that's nice if he's outside pissing and shitting where he pleases, not inside. Really not the pissing so much as the shitting. And the puking occasionally. So, what do you got going on this weekend, TJ?
Just finishing as much of the downstairs, and then I'm trying to do some work on the on my new pulp novel.
Oh, okay.
With it's funny. I don't do a lot of writing now, but when I do it, I feel like it's stuff that I'm not gonna have to edit because I distill it in my mind. To the point where I don't need I used to just spill it out on the typewriter, the computer, and then I edit later. But like now I'm like editing in my mind to the point where when I write it down on paper, I'm like, yeah, I don't really need to change a whole lot. So like with this book, I want to get it done because I feel like it's some of the best writing I've ever done that is really in keeping with like early 1900s pulp, like Tarzan, Princess of Mars type stuff. And so I'm really eager to have this book come out.
Cool.
I feel like it'll appeal to a lot of men nowadays, especially young men, but we'll see.
What's the genre?
It's like it's the sequel. It's a sequel to the Legend of Ferenya.
Oh, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
I've sent you some passages.
You have, yeah. They're very good. Very good.
Yeah, like it really conveys, like the Princess of Mars concerned a guy who was a former, I think, Union or Confederate. He was whatever. He was a Virginian, but like he was an ex-war vet, and he gets sucked into this other world. So I thought, like, I want a guy who he didn't get to participate in a war, and that's his problem. Like he has that anxiety of like, I've never been in a war, never been in combat. So I got to have somewhere to express that. And then he gets sucked into this fantasy world. And he's like, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. So, there's that one passage I sent you where these monsters are attacking him, and they're like, this guy actually wants us to attack him. Like, he wants this fight. It's like, yeah, this is what he has been waiting for his whole life, is a chance to like fight
and to prove himself. I'm sure.
And to prove himself, yeah. His primal nature is now being unleashed on your asses.
Yeah, and to prove himself, not grandstanding in front of anyone else, or to prove someone else's standard. To pit himself against a worthy adversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of. I really want to get the guy who did the anthology cover. I want him to do this cover because I feel like that's going to sell this novella.
I'll get you in touch with him.
Yeah.
And he's very quick and professional.
Yeah. 1 second. Gotta check the oven.
How's everything with you? How's the wine business? Weird. Unless I'm wrong.
What's going on?
And since our anthology is stalled in time a little bit, I'm reworking chapter 10, which I'm very happy with.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm trying to get. I know my own voice. I'm trying to make sure I have your voice down, and Rob's voice down, because that's what made Masculine Geek so cool. It's like all three of us had a different temperament and style. Like you were more conservative, in general. Rob was you were conservative. Rob was this decadent bastard, and I'm sort of in between, refereeing both, like being. So, I've tried to incorporate that with our characters in the novella, pulp novel. So,
it's funny. I was trying to figure out how to end my novella in that anthology, and by the time I got to that point, I realized what the ending was going to be, and I was very satisfied with it because it was so, just, I don't know. It was the thing with storytelling is you can have any ending you want as long as it's appropriate for the story and it makes the reader feel fulfilled. Like there's a sense of like, yes, this is how it was supposed to be. It could be the most depressing ending or the most uplifting ending in the world, as long as it's appropriate for the character and for the story. Okay. So mine, I felt like it was like, okay, this is how it's supposed to end. It's not it's not a sugar coated, whatever. It's not depressing, but it's, it's appropriate for the story.
It's just real life to a something that could happen as you could get.
It was appropriate for like the theme of the story. Like, what is the theme of the story? So, I felt like that was very good for how it ended. I wasn't sure of the ending when I started doing this novel because I was like, how's this going to end? You never. I need to kind of start with the ending with stories now, and do and
then work your way backwards.
Yeah. Like, how's this end? And then you know how it begins. But
a lot of writers do that.
Yeah.
That's cool, Gene Simone. You're doing brandy. Oh man, a maple brandy, and it's always brandy. Sold out.
Wow.
Nice. What's up, Mike? See you guys here. A few that are here. Just a random broadcast. Haven't seen and talked to TJ in a while, so I figured I'd reach out. Oh, we missed that this year. Talk like a 20s gangster that we created. It's supposed to be on May 6th. I forgot we did that. That's going on like 3 years now. So that thing is 3 years old, that holiday.
We'll work on it.
We'll have to, yeah. Mike, you just wrapped a grand tour of what? If you want to come on with us, I'll send you the link. Let me know. If anyone wants to come on with us, I'll send you the link. If you spurg out on me, I'll dump your ass. But if you wanna join us, you're and have a drink, you're more than welcome. All right, let me the invite copy. Head over to check your Twitter. There you go. The fuck? There you go. Invite sent. The Top Gear. Top Gear. As in like Top Gear. Is that a game? Top Gear guy? What the fuck are you talking about? This fucking cat is snoring. Mowgli, shut up. Fat bastard. What's up, Mike?
Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. You're way too happy. You got to bring it down a notch. You in a robe? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm in my robe, dude.
All right. Did you ever move into your new place, or are you still in the old place?
No, I'm still in the old house in South Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Sweet.
the Top Gear. That's Jeremy Clarkson, James May, Richard Hammond, the old BBC show. They have a show on Amazon now called Grand Tour.
Okay.
So I was just wrapping it.
Gotcha. I had no idea. Oh yeah, Nico just said that. Top Gear, British TV show.
I think I was literally watching that at the weight room. Like they had one where like the guy was running a tread. There's two guys, right?
Three.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah. Two guys look really alike and dressed really alike.
I guess Hammond and Clarkson dressed the most alike. Maybe.
I'll have to look it up. What was the name of the show?
The original show was Top Gear. It was actually the #1 watched show in the world.
Really?
Yeah, globally. And then their new one now, because Jeremy Clarkson got fired because he punched the director in the face because he was hangry. And then the other two said, "No Jeremy, no us," and they both quit. And
yes, so that was the show. I literally was just watching that at the weight room.
Yes,
that's funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, good stuff. It's about cars, blowing up cars, doing crazy things, racing cars. I think you'd like it, Vincent. I really do.
1 second, I gotta deal with the food.
I'll check it out. I don't really. I mean, I'll occasionally watch a movie on my iPad, but I threw out my TV about 2 years ago.
No, fair enough.
I'll be catching up on a lot of reading, doing a lot of writing, filling up all my journals. I've been journaling almost every day since about 2009, 2010.
That's awesome, man.
So, not that I have anything against television or movies or TV shows. I doing something different. So.
Oh no, by all means. By the way, I'd like to publicly now thank you for assisting me with getting the job, everyone. Vincent here helped me work on my resume and also interview prep. I'm now a systems administrator at a big resort in Las Vegas.
That's fucking awesome.
And I owe it partially to Vincent. Thank you so much, man. Cheers.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes. It was all you, though. I just, provide a little focus.
Well,
no worries.
Well, the thing that I didn't know what was coming was that it's a quasi leadership position. Basically, whenever the VP isn't there, I'm in charge, and these desktop guys look up to me, and
that's cool.
That's a first. And so I'm actually having to, for the first time in my career, I have to conduct myself in a way that not in a prickish way, but in a mature way that a leader should.
Absolutely.
Conduct themselves, don't crack dirty jokes with the enlisted kind of position kind of thing. So
yeah. You have to have, there's new boundaries you have to set. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And that's a new thing for me. And it's paying off, and I'm getting some recognition from some of the corporate sysadmins over in Florida, because we're a large company. I mean, you know who I work for. I won't say it, but and so we've got corporate directors in Florida, and so that's where my senior members are. So like the level 4 and the level 5 sysadmins are in Florida, and they've told my VP that they like me and they respect me, and so that's I've never had this before.
Oh, it's awesome! Congratulations, very cool. I'm glad to help you out, and I'm glad that's working out for you. Do you find you're enjoying the managerial position you've been put into?
Well, like I said, quasi-managerial. They, from an HR standpoint, the desktop guys do not report to me. They report to the VP, and then I report to the VP, but they don't report to me. So it's like a separate branch of HR command.
But it sounds like you're kind of like a mentor almost.
Exactly, yes. And yeah, that's a first. And I'm still getting used to it, and, not ever losing my cool in front of them. Like, I'm allowed to, like, there's a net admin. He and I are the same rank. And then there's my VP. And if I want to, like, cuss a vendor out, I can do that in front of the net admin and the VP, but I can't be doing that kind of thing in front of the techs because I'm their quasi leader. So it's a first time for me, and I'm still really getting used to it.
Okay, that's cool though. Congratulations. Very
Thank
happy
you
for
so much. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, you're welcome. Now, what are you drinking, by the way?
Got a Viognier.
Oh, cool. Is that local or is that a commercial?
French. No, at Grand Tour, they went all over Eastern Europe tonight. I didn't know where they were going, so I built a French charcuterie board and French Viognier for tonight.
Cool.
So whenever Grand Tour comes out, I celebrate. Because it's usually like a 2-hour video, so I actually like make food appropriate to the event and just really relax and enjoy myself.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool. That's a good ritual.
Yeah.
Speaking of relaxing, what the fuck are you eating over there, TJ?
I think you're eating homemade mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is it better than Rob's?
I haven't had it in like how many years? 3, 4?
We went to the Village by the Lake was 2020, so 3 years. Your memory might be a bit fuzzy, yeah.
It's funny because I didn't drink at all.
How much did you drink?
No, I didn't. That's the funny part. I didn't drink on that trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did. You had the Butthurt Hefeweizen and you had the wine.
Other than a bunch of beer. Okay, I had a little bit of beer. Like, you remember when we went to the restaurant and I was like ordering
lager?
Well, we had a Masco and Geek meet up there, and it was like babysitting without getting paid. So it was cool. It was fun.
No,
we wanted to make sure we had everything in charge, and we were making sure everything was okay. So we really didn't drink that much. So
yeah,
we had to set an example.
He had good mac and cheese.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Now, did you make it, TJ?
This was homemade. Yeah.
So you made it.
Yeah. So I made the roux. I shredded the cheese, put in the milk.
Murder in the Rue Morgue.
Yeah, Murder in the Rue Morgue.
That's right.
Now, something I've been curious about, TJ. Do you or do you not put flour in your mac and cheese to thicken it up?
I put flour to make the roux so that the milk doesn't curdle.
Okay. So, in your opinion, then, if one feels the granules of flour while eating, like a baked mac and cheese, does that mean prepared wrong?
I'd say it probably wasn't cooked right because, like, the idea is that you melt the butter, you add the flour, you add the milk, you add the shredded cheese, you stir it enough to where it's like a thick, sauce. Then you add the sauce to your mac and cheese, or sorry, your noodles. Then you put it in the oven for 45 minutes. And so by that time, if there's flour residue, like there's something wrong.
Okay.
That's been my experience.
Do you do the breadcrumbs on top or not?
Yes.
You have to do the breadcrumbs on top.
You absolutely have to do it.
That's you're not eating mac and cheese if you don't do that.
I don't know. I just
get out of here with that shit. Take your robe and get the fuck out of here.
When I grew up, my parents put I think it was sausage or ham or something like that in the mac and cheese.
Hot dog.
I've heard it. Hot dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's if you're poor. TJ wasn't poor.
Which I was.
My parents were like lower middle class.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't have designer anything.
But for me, mac and cheese is supposed to be like this creamy experience. And so when you hit breadcrumbs, it just disturbs the creamy.
It's only at the top. It's only at the top. You don't put it in. It's like a pie. Like
I'm going to skim it all off. I'm going to skim it all off and eat everything underneath then, and I'll be that asshole.
It's like putting the whipped cream on top of a pie. It's not supposed to be inside the pie.
Just eat the goddamn breadcrumbs.
Woo!
Don't hear them. Don't let them hear you talk like that down south. They're geeky. They'll lynch you.
I also don't like sweet tea. I almost got lynched for that.
What?
It's
Sweet
gross.
tea. Sweet tea.
No, the worst is going in the Midwest. Like,
do you hate biscuits and gravy too?
Yes.
Oh my god! All right, you know what? Hang on. I'm booted. This is like, yeah. We're gonna. No, I won't boot you.
It's like going to Kansas City, North Carolina, or Texas and saying, however you barbecue is not a big deal. you're gonna get into trouble. Any of those places you're gonna get in trouble. Like Kansas City, it's like a denominational difference. Like you were there when we were there.
Yeah.
No, I definitely respect. Like, yeah, there's some things you just don't talk about. Like, I would just get something else. So, like, if everyone at the table got biscuits and gravy, I would just order something else. But I'm not going to shit on their biscuits and gravy. I'm just like, it's not my thing. Chicken and waffles, though, I think that's a weakness of mine. Definitely.
No, chicken and waffles. It's crazy how like fried chicken and waffles go well together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And definitely.
I feel like I've lost a friend tonight. He doesn't like sweet tea. He doesn't like biscuits and gravy. And get this, all right? I was born in Georgia.
Interesting.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I can't explain it.
So do you consider yourself a true Southerner, or are you like called a Yankee?
I'm a Yank.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Or a portion of don't really care. I mean, how
we gotta get him and Nick August on the same podcast.
Yeah, because you don't have there's no Southern inflection. There's no
that's from, so I had the Army dad, and so we moved so many places so frequently. Hey,
what's up?
What's up, Gene?
How's it going?
Is that what we call you, Gene?
Yeah, just JS.
JS, all right.
Yes.
There you go. What's up, JS? Now, where are you coming in from?
Montreal, Canada.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. It's a F1 weekend actually right now, so it's pretty nice.
Okay. What time is it there for you?
It's 12:10.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, okay. Likewise, same here. It's about 12. My clock is off, but it's same time. All right, cool. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
The
Nice to
broadcast.
be here.
Yeah, we've you've been in the chat on and off for years now, haven't you?
Yeah, about like 3-4 years, somewhere around that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about this maple brandy. That sounds really good.
Oh, okay. That's so that's a funny story. So basically, so my family and me, we have a vineyard together. We've started like 18, 20 years ago. And we've been doing like wine like 10 years ago. And then 2-3 years ago, I was talking with my father, and when you're doing wine, you got a pulp, and you press the pulp to get like the wine juice, and then that's what you make the wine with.
Yeah.
But then you got all of that pulp that's left behind. That is kind of a byproduct that most people are just gonna throw away. But then I did some research, but you can take all of that byproduct, add a little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, kind of make another like kind of cheap wine with it, and then put it back into an alembic, into a still. Actually, still in English, it's a still, and then you make brandy with it.
Oh,
and
damn.
so for free, we make another product. It's a brandy
From the
so
byproduct from the grapes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So like it's basically like no added cost except like the still, but it's like maybe like 5K, 10K for like a 100 liter, like a 25-gallon still, and that's it. And then so like we make the brandy, and from that brandy we put it like straight with maple syrup. So instead of cutting your alcohol with water, because like whiskey and all of those things, like when it get out of the still, it's like 180 to 170 proof, and then you cut it with water to bring it down to like 80 proof. But instead of bringing it down with water, we bring it down with maple syrup.
Oh man!
And then it's like straight. It's like it's like 80 proof brandy, which is like as syrupy as maple syrup.
I want some pancakes in your family's brandy now.
Oh yeah, man. It's great.
That's awesome.
Can you shoot us a link? Can we buy it online?
No, not really, because like the alcohol where I'm from, it's like it's fucked up. But like you can hit me up and I can maybe arrange like a if you got a PO box or something, I can maybe send once to you.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
It's impossible to buy because like I can't even set it like online within my state, like my province in Canada.
So we have to drive to your winery to get it, basically.
Technically, like officially, yeah, but yeah.
Hey Vince, I gotta bow out.
You're heading out, TJ?
Yeah.
All right, good seeing you, brother.
Yeah.
TJ.
Good seeing you guys. Good chat.
Yeah, but like I can send you like also like the link to everything, like our Instagram or Facebook and everything. Like if you just want to check it out. I mean, it's it's a vineyard. It's chill. It's pretty basic. I mean, I've lived like on the vineyard for like over 20 years. So for me, it's like I've grown in the vineyard. So for me, it's it's normal. But for some people, it's like it's novel. Like it's something.
It's
new.
novel for us. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you drink it, or could you literally put it on waffles and pancakes?
Personally, the thing I prefer to do is like I put a bottle in the freezer, so like it gets even more syrupy, and I put it over like vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So it's like a vanilla ice cream with maple syrup and brandy.
Oh man, that's awesome. I like it.
Now, you sound like the kind of guy who might do this. I have to ask you because I'm a huge fan. Have you been to Chef Martin Picard's Zucker Shack?
I don't know that name.
Okay, he's a big chef in Canada, and he has a sugar shack.
Okay.
And it's a 1-year wait. You got to book a year in advance, and you go there and he's stuffed for face.
Oh, well, that's funny you say that because kind of any sugar shack you go up in Canada, like especially like in Ontario or in Quebec. I mean, it's always the same thing. You're gonna like the food that you're gonna get is pretty much the same thing. So it's like fried egg, like in syrup. It's fried pancake in syrup.
Yep.
It's like bacon in syrup.
Foie gras in syrup.
Yeah, like basically everything is a maple syrup. And then you also got something we call oreille de Chris, which is basically like just pork skin that's been like deep fried so much, like it's like chips.
I want
Yeah.
to eat the thing where they take the snow, they dump the snow on the table,
Oh
and
yeah,
then they take the syrup and they drizzle it over the snow. And you take a
Yeah.
popsicle stick, and I want
I
that
don't-
so bad.
I don't remember
Right.
what it's called in English, but in French it's tir d'érable. So it's like, I think it's taffy, maple taffy. I
Yes.
think that's the right word.
Yeah.
But yeah, in French it's tir d'érable.
Oh man, I'm low key
That
jealous.
sounds
actually.
really good.
Yeah. But
I don't think
like,
Canadians often.
yeah, I don't know like where we are in the state, but like New York, Maine, and which is it? You got New York State, you got Maine, and Vermont. Not
Yeah.
You got New
Vermont?
Hampshire, Massachusetts.
Like all of them do maple. Like all of those states also do maple. They got about the same weather as us. So they, like,
Vermont, yeah.
So like you could, I don't know how far you are from there, but like you could get like maybe the Sugar Shack experience out there.
I'm about 4 hours from New England states.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
way closer.
I'm in New Jersey.
I'm in
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Where?
I'm about. He's in Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Okay, yeah, you're far.
Yeah. I'm about 8 hours from the Canadian border.
Okay.
It's not far. I spent a couple of weeks up in Tamworth, a little town in Ontario, right near the Canadian Shield.
Yeah.
That was fun. It's nice to hear wolves howling at night.
Yeah.
How did the fires up there affect you at all?
It's mostly that because the fire puts so much particle in the air, it
Yeah.
causes a lot of rain. You know, like when you got a lot of particle in the cloud, like it's just gonna give precipitation. So
Yeah.
like we got a lot of rain. Like for the last week and a half, it's just been raining like every day. Like I feel
okay.
almost like a Florida weather. You know, like in the morning
Yes.
it's nice and hot, and in the afternoon it's raining. It's basically we're having a Florida weather for some reason, but usually it's not like that. It's like dry, and after that it's rain for like a day or two straight, and then it's sunny for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we really got continental weather, so like very middle of continent. So like it's either very dry or like it's raining like hell.
Oh wow. Sounds like Seattle.
Yeah, probably. Well, no, that's more like Vancouver. Vancouver is probably like Seattle.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Pacific weather.
Yeah.
But like it's, I don't know. I would say maybe something like, not even. I couldn't even say like one of the Great Lake city, because that's more like Toronto. Like Toronto, it's like when you're close to the Great Lake, it's always like warmer. But Montreal, it get very warm. You know, like it get up to almost like 110 in the summer, and it gets under like minus 40 in Fahrenheit. To minus 40 in the winter, up to 110 to 120 in the winter in the summer.
Really?
Oh yeah.
120 Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah,
wow. Really? Not even, I think the hottest in Vegas I felt was 115.
Yeah. I mean, it get hot in Montreal.
We might get one day of 120, but that's with the heat index.
Yeah. I mean, because the other thing is that we're very, very humid. Like we got almost 100% humidity index. So like,
oh my god,
every weather you got, that's
wild.
That's Caribbean weather.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
But like we're surrounded by water, so like when inland, but because of the St. Laurent River, it's so like it brings so much humidity when the Great Lake and everything, like super wet, super wet weather.
Shit, that's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that we can actually do this, talk like this in different locations of the U.S. We're like all over and in Canada, we're all over the place.
Yeah. Lots of people shit on present day because there are some negative side effects, but I mean, this is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Today, when I went grocery shopping, I FaceTimed my mom. So I'm walking through the parking lot across from the airport, and I'm like, "Look, Mom, there's the strip. Oh, here comes a plane. Boom!" Right overhead, at the airport across the street. I'm like, "Isn't technology awesome?" And she's just in her rocking chair back in Virginia. Just,
On the
Yeah.
porch.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's like a tool like anything else. I mean, TJ and Rob and everybody else and you guys, I've met through Twitter, social media, and now the interface that we're on now. So, it's a double-edged sword. I guess it depends on what you use with it or what you do with it.
Of course.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just started following your Twitter account, and I'm the first follower, JS.
Yeah, I mean, nobody told me.
we gotta build up your.
I mostly use Twitter to follow and to look at, mostly than post, because I don't post.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Oh,
I think it's my first, maybe my first or my second, like, official live stream that I'm doing.
Oh, really?
Like with Face Out. I think I did one with Jack Napier.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But it's more like my second time I'm doing like a Face Out stream. Like I don't even post anything anywhere.
Yeah, I see that, and you've been a member since January of 2016.
Yeah.
And I've
been there for a while.
First one in.
No, I signed up as soon as Elon, the purchase from Elon was made final, and I've been having a blast. To be perfectly honest, I know that sounds weird to say. Oh, I actually have fun on Twitter. No, I got in deep shit last week.
Really?
Well, not deep shit in real life, just Twitter deep shit. I didn't get banned or suspended or anything. But so there's this comedian named Chrissy Mayer. And she, a friend of hers cracked a joke about the Malaysian airline jet that went missing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her friend cracked that joke. Then she's defended her. And then I followed up Chrissy's joke with a joke of my own. And oh my God. And get this, I'm a nobody. No one cares who I am. No one's heard of me. And dude, I was getting death threats.
Really?
Yeah, one dude thought Chrissy Mayer and I were dating, which is funny. She's engaged to get married.
What the fuck?
And he was like, "That's best you can do. You lick her raw chicken asshole because you can't get no better. You simp."
In that voice?
Well, just Malaysian.
Oh yeah.
Jean, whatever,
Yeah.
But no, she was tearing into the Malaysians, and they were telling her to die, and her mom is dead, and haha, so funny, 9/11. And we were just like, you guys can't even crack a good joke. And so she and I were just laughing it up and enjoying ourselves.
Pretty weird.
The first time I got dogpiled on Twitter by like 30 people, and they were like, they were deep diving into Twitter. They were deep diving and like grabbing screenshots, like, look at stupid white man. The dude posts the picture of me and Rolo together. He's like, haha, white people age so bad, you fugly. Tomasi, like, dude.
You know what, Mike? That's one of the reasons I'm staying like out of everything. I don't even post. Like I prefer to stay low key, and like
that's probably for the best. Yeah. I used the word mongoloid a couple days ago, and I was banned, but Twitter banned me immediately for 12 hours. As soon as I posted mongoloid, and then I refreshed, and then my Twitter account was immediately suspended.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Mongoloid is a technical term.
Right. That's also a country.
Mongol, yeah. So if you're a legitimate mongoloid,
Did they think it was something else, like a retarded Mongolian, or
maybe?
Well, it's like, I don't know how is it in English, but in French, when you say Mongol, it's like kind of word for word for retarded. So I don't know if it's in English, but in French, that's what it means.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right, Vincent. I sent you a screenshot of the Malaysians going to town on me. Is
that what that was? Hang on a second, let me see.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I done did it now.
I don't even know if I even reacted to that. Did I even see this? Oh, I did see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's like, you're a simp licking that white, lipless, uncooked chicken bland ass is so good to you, of course you're going to support her. And then they're broken English insults like you wipe ass with tissue so loud it make noise.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's Google's Translate.
Yeah.
Well, I think it has something to do with the fact that in Malaysia, like they all have bidets, and in America, we're afraid of bidets because it's gay or something stupid like that. I'm getting one eventually, but I think that's what it's in reference to.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I want a bidet. I want one of the Japanese ones that does the heated water and then the baby powder and the perfume, and then it sings at you. That's the one I want.
Holy
No,
shit.
ask John. Ask MLD John. He'll tell you.
Well, yeah,
I know.
not only that, but they do the actual bathroom is separate from the shower area.
Yes.
They're separate rooms, which
Yeah,
I
so the
can
poop doesn't
appreciate.
get
I don't
the
want to I don't want to shit and then get shit particles on my goddamn toothbrush.
Exactly. You don't want the shit and the steam, because then the steam goes everywhere. Then you got steamy shit and shitty steam.
Thank you, Nico. We have a question from Nico. He wants to know where he can just hit you up for the brandy.
Yeah, like he put my Twitter. That's in the live chat, and we can.
Let me
probably gonna arrange something.
Let me go ahead and add, or go ahead and post your Twitter account. Hang on. Let's see. Actually, profile.
I mean, so far the farthest I sent my product is to Florida. So like just over Montana, but in Canada. But like it's pretty much like just shipping alcohol. So I don't know how is it in the US shipping alcohol, but in Canada
it depends on. All right, so some carriers, depending upon the state, because each state has a different rule with that.
Yes.
And certain carriers will be able to, like UPS may not, and FedEx will. Or FedEx can't, and UPS will. Or U.S. Postal Service won't, and UPS will. So look into the if you go to your postal service, they'll probably clue you into that, depending upon the state that you're shipping to.
Okay.
Let me post your Twitter. There.
And
that is JS's Twitter handle.
Yeah, and I don't know. Also, like in Canada, there's a very, very popular, like it's a whiskey. It's a maple whiskey. But the thing is, that maple whiskey, it's called Sortilège, which is a very popular like Canadian whiskey. But it's not real maple syrup. It's like maple syrup flavor that you put in the whiskey. But the nice thing about this brandy is like it's just we proof it with maple syrup instead of putting water.
That's awesome.
So like it's great. It's just great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And thank you for that super chat, Nico. Cool. All right, gentlemen. I'm getting beat. I'm tired. You guys.
Same here.
Yeah, it's well, it's what 10:30 for you, Mike?
9:30.
9:30. Yeah, you're lucky. It's a lovely time change.
West Coast, best coast.
No, East Coast is best coast.
East Coast.
You know what? You are landlocked, motherfucker.
I'm landlocked in Sin City, motherfucker.
You're what?
I'm landlocked in Sin City.
Yeah, but you know what? Too much of that. Too much of that. You're going to go blind.
You just want a cup too.
No, I low-key, I do like it out here. Like, I'll probably stay here for at least 5 more years, and I'll probably like move to Texas, Tennessee, or Florida.
Oh, there you go. So you'll be on the East Coast if you go to Florida.
Oh, real quick before you go, is it true that the Florida tip, giggity, is the only spot in the U.S. where you can watch a sunrise and a sunset against the ocean?
Suppose.
Well, yes and no. So if you're here in New Jersey, from Ocean City, I can watch the sunrise come up from the beach house. And then 30 minutes away, I can drive down to Cape May and watch the sunset.
Oh, because they're like a little peninsula?
Yeah, it's sort of the same. Sort of the same. Yeah.
Okay. But no, I love ocean sunsets, and that is one of the things I do miss about Oregon, as crazy as that place is, being able to drive 30 minutes and see an ocean sunset on the beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figure in Florida I could just do this.
You do both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Depending upon where you're at, yeah.
Oh, I'm going straight to Miami. If I
Yeah?
can afford it, I'm going straight to Miami. I'm not going. If I move,
I heard
Florida,
that's a overpriced shithole though.
I mean, I'll live outside of town. I'm not going to live.
Oh, okay.
Not
Gotcha.
gonna
And
live in
you'll
downtown
just visit.
Brickell.
You'll visit occasionally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go downtown Brickell to like live it up for a night. But no, I'm not going to live there.
Nice. JS, now you have 2 followers.
Great.
On
That's
your Twitter.
awesome.
And then Mike, you have to go follow as well.
Very nice. Did you post it in this chat here?
I did, yeah. It's in the. I can put it up on the
Yeah.
screen.
Well, my first 2 followers tonight. Right on.
There you go.
3 followers.
Word. All right, gentlemen. Pleasure meeting you, JS, for the first time, face to
Always.
face.
You jazz.
And whenever we do if we're not playing D&D or we have a guest on, we do Rogue broadcast. You guys are always welcome on a Rogue broadcast. So
Awesome.
just drop in the chat and remind me and say, hey, lower the drawbridge, and I'll send you the link. That
That's
goes
awesome.
to both of you. All right, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Good night.
Enjoy the
Take
rest
care.
of your weekends. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Vincent.
Ciao.
You got it.
Prost.
Indeed.